All right, here we go, buddy. First is the frontal approach. My clearance lights are amber in color, correct placement on the vehicle. My blinkers are amber in color, correct placement on the vehicle. My headlights are clear in color, correct placement on the vehicle. All of them are securely mounted, not bent, broken, or cracked, no condensation, and fully operational. There's no leaks under, no oil, fuel, coolant, power steering fluid, and my truck is balanced. There's no visible suspension problems or front tires deflated. We're gonna open the engine bay with 3 points of contact for safety. I can't have, no, I can't hold the phone and do that. Got it. All right. I start over here. All right, all my hoses and wires have no bulges, cuts, or frays, no dry rot, good connections. My belt is not frayed or torn. It has no less than a 1/2 inch of play, no more than a 3/4 inch of play. My alternator is belt driven. It's not bent, broken, or cracked, and it's securely mounted. All its electrical connections are not damaged. This is my AC pump. It's belt driven. Don't need that one. So you follow the lower radiator hose, which has no bulges, cuts, or frays, or dry rot, and it winds around to the water pump, which is gear driven on this one. My water pump's not bent, broken, or cracked, no leaks, securely mounted. My frame is not bent, broken, or cracked, no non-factory welds. My exhaust is not bent, broken, or cracked, no signs of leaks like soot. That's the turbo. My radiator is not bent, broken, or cracked, securely mounted. Come around to the other side. All my hoses and wires have no bulges, cuts, frays, no dry rot, and all the connections are not damaged. My coolant reservoir is not bent, broken, or cracked. It's not leaking. It has a sight glass so I can check that it's at the adequate level between the low and max mark. My cap's secure, not bent, broken, or cracked. My power steering pump reservoir is not bent, broken, or cracked. It reads between the max and min level, no leaks. This hose goes down to my power steering pump, which is below my air compressor pump. My power steering hose is not damaged in any way, no bulges, cuts, or frays. My power steering pump's not bent, broken, or cracked. It's securely mounted, no leaks. The other power steering hose goes to the gearbox, which is not bent, broken, or cracked, securely mounted, no leaks. Alright, my air compressor It's not bent, broken, or cracked. Securely mounted, no leaks. All the lines to it have no bulges, cuts, or frays. It's gear driven. My power steering pump's also gear driven. They all run off the same gear right there. My steering shaft is not bent, broken, or cracked. Securely mounted. My U-bolts are correctly bolted together. Or my U-joints, excuse me. My U-joints are securely mounted. Correctly greased. And my pitman arm, my drag link, my upper steering arm, my lower steering arm, my tie rod end, and my linkage are not bent, broken, or cracked, securely mounted. All my castle nuts and cotter pins are present. My air line from my air compressor has no bulges, cuts, or frays. The couplings are not damaged and securely mounted. My air brake chamber is not bent, broken, or cracked, no leaks. Same with my hose, no leaks. My clamp is present and tight. My push rod and slack adjuster are not bent, broken, or cracked, securely mounted. Cotter pins are present. And if I release the spring brakes, if I chalk the wheels, release the spring brakes, and pull this, it should not be able to move more than 1 inch. This is an automatic slack adjuster. It's not bent, broken, or cracked. My brake linings are not broken. They have more than a 1/4 inch all around and are not excessively worn. My brake drum, my linings are mounted securely mounted. My brake drum's not bent, broken, or cracked. There's no oil, grease, or anything in there to prevent braking, no signs of overheating. My inner and outer rim are not bent, broken, or cracked. No non-factory welds, securely mounted. My inner and outer tire wall or sidewall have no bulges, cuts, or chunks missing. My tread is evenly worn. It's more than 4/32 in the front. And it looks good. My lug nuts and studs, make sure you touch them, are not bent, broken, or cracked. No shiny threads, no rust, trailing, or spidering, no signs of looseness. My axle's not bent, broken, or cracked, securely mounted. My hub assembly is full and not leaking, not bent, broken, or cracked. My valve stem and cap is not bent, broken, or cracked, and I would check my tire pressure with a tire pressure gauge. All right, that's the wheel, that's the engine. Let's keep moving down the track. Got my hand in the way. I've got an amber warning light. It's not bent, broken, or cracked, no condensation, correct placement on the vehicle. My mirror brackets, not bent, broken, or cracked, securely mounted. My blinker and warning light, it's not bent, broken, or cracked, securely mounted. No condensation, amber in color, correct placement on the vehicle. My handle is not bent, broken, or cracked, securely mounted. My steps, not bent, broken, or cracked, securely mounted. My door closes and opens correctly and has a good seal. My hinges are good. The latch works correctly. My fire extinguisher's in here. It has a good charge. And We keep it inside the cab. It's securely mounted. My toolboxes are closed. My dot reflective tape is clean and applied correctly. My amber warning lights are in the correct placement of the vehicle. They're not cracked and no condensation, and they're clean. My clearance lights are red, correct placement for the vehicle. They're not cracked, no condensation. Looking good. My exhaust has no signs of soot, no leaks. It's not bent, broken, or cracked, and securely mounted. My drive shaft. Oh, I forgot something back there on the wheel. We'll go back. My drive shaft is not bent, broken, or cracked, securely mounted. The U-joint looks good. Let's go back to the front wheel because I forgot something. My front and back spring mounts, right here, these spring mounts, are not bent, broken, or cracked, and securely mounted. My leaf springs have no cracks. They're not bent. There's none missing. There's no signs of scissoring. No cracks. My my U-bolts are not stretched, and they're mounted correctly. My saddle's not bent, broken, or cracked either. So I missed those. My shock absorber mount is not bent, broken, or cracked, and my shock absorber is not bent, broken, or cracked, no leaks. And the bottom's also bolted correctly. Yeah, I guess I skipped that on accident. Here we go. But you can go back, so always do that. Then you go do a wheel the same way in the back. You should be able to memorize that, except it is a dual tire, so you combine the sidewalls and the treads, the rims, make sure there's no obstructions in the rims of the dual, no obstructions in the drive shaft. That's another thing you say with the drive shaft. There's no obstructions in the drive shaft. Otherwise, the back wheels are all the same. My mud flaps are securely mounted and are doing their job. They're not torn in half or anything like that. I've got a red warning light. It's correct color for placement on the vehicle. Here's another one. They're clean, not cracked, no condensation. My brake lights are clean, not cracked, no condensation, and they're securely mounted. My clearance lights are clean, not cracked, no condensation, and they're securely mounted. No, and correct color for placement of the vehicle with the brake lights and these clearance lights. My D-rings are not overly worn, securely mounted. They're a little bent. My electrical coupling is not damaged and is securely mounted. My pintle hitch is not overly worn. It's not bent, broken, or cracked. My locking pin is present and it's securely mounted. So you know there's a trailer. I don't have it hooked up to a trailer, but I'll try and set that up. We can work on that more. The trailer's a little easier than the truck. You know that, brother. You can do a load secure type of thing. That's the truck. I can go in the cab real quick, I guess. Someone's backing in. Here, I'll go in the cab real quick for you, dude, because the cab's actually, I think the cab's harder. 3 points of contact entering the vehicle, or you will bust your head, buddy. Okay. So, first it's your safety stuff. We already did the fire extinguisher, so you don't gotta do it again. My seatbelt clicks and unclicks correctly. What's up? What? I'm filming a video for Luis. I'm filming a video for Luis. Everyone's so mean. Okay, anyways. My seatbelt clicks and unclicks correctly. My orange triangles are not broken and they're secure. They're in the cab secured. My spare fuses are in here. They were in here. My spare fuses are in a bag. You guys probably moved them around. I don't know. You look for your spare fuses. Then you say, this is my ammeter, shows the voltage of my battery and that my alternator's working. This is my coolant temp. My ammeter should read about at 14 while running. My coolant should run at 180 between, they want you to do it like this, between 170 and 185. This one's the air gauge. It's governor cutouts at 120. We try and keep it there. This is my oil pressure. I'm gonna say it might say 40 to 80. It kind of moves around depending on what you're doing. Here's my fuel gauge. And this is my applied brake pressure. So this is how much air I use in my braking event. Here's my tachometer. That's my RPMs, how fast my engine's spinning. Here's my speedometer, and that's my miles per hour. My windshield wipers work. Well, I guess I got the keys. I can see my ABS light came on and flashed. That means my ABS system's working. All my other systems are working because the lights flashed on. I'm gonna do my safe start. Depress the clutch slightly. Alright, my ABS lights on. Here's my engine brake. Always keep that one on. My highway horn and my city horn are both here in the steering wheel. My left blinker works, my right blinker works. My steering wheel's not more than 2 inches out of play or 10 degrees. I didn't say that on the steering shaft, so you gotta say that on the steering shaft. Oh, here's my windshield wiper works. Got fluid, the pump works. I got a good seal to the windshield. What else? Oh, you do the heater and you move this thing and you say having trouble. You say my defroster works and my heater works. Really nice. Gotta move it. This is my shifter. My windshield has some chips. It's clean. My mirrors, I can see my trailer. They're adjusted for me. My seat's adjusted for me. You gotta run through all the lights for them. I think you can handle that. That's not that hard. You just have to turn the lights on that they can see from the front, middle of the truck and trailer, and the rear. It's not too hard, but it is kind of a nerve-wracking thing, and you should check the lights before you go test. My hazard lights work. You can do some stuff like that. My registration, insurance, and fuel card are all up here. And then you got to do the brake tests, which, you turn the engine off. I don't know. I'm kind of scared to do it in here right now, man. But here, I'm going to help Rick pull in because it's a fucked ass situation in here. But later, Luis, I hope you're having fun, buddy. See ya.